What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dean, aka the Blue Crusader, and today we're back for an Apex Legends video. So today I want to talk about another Easter egg that's actually being unlocked in the firing range in Apex Legends. It seems to be kind of like a common occurrence right now that people keep finding loads of these Easter eggs every few days. Now the last Easter egg I believe was the one where you could actually have the bots attack you and the bots could move around. Now obviously that was really simple AI, and I know a lot of clues were posted online on things like Twitter and stuff for people to figure out what the Easter egg was, but this one's kind of just emerged out of nowhere. This Easter egg is basically one that makes you go in third person mode. So you know in Apex Legends basically it's primarily a first person game, so you can't really see your legend skin because you're in first person, which is also one thing that kind of A, bothered me, and B, also made me wonder why people pay for really expensive skins. Fair enough, I would probably get a good skin if I had enough metal for it, but at this point it's just like, since you're in first person, people who have those really expensive $20 skins can't really appreciate really nice skins because they can't even see them themselves. It's kind of like you're just getting them as a bragging right just for the people on your team to see, which is kind of a shame because there's actually some really nice skins over there. Now before obviously Apex Legends, I did kind of primarily come from third person battle royales. I first of all played FPS games years ago, but for the past few years I was playing third person battle royales, so things like H1Z1. PUBG I played once, but I didn't really play it so much, and a lot of other third person kind of zombie survival and BR games. So Apex Legends, a little bit different in that regard, but skins are actually really popular on it, and obviously people can't see them because they're in first person mode. So today I'm going to be running over an Easter egg. Now I didn't personally find this, and if you haven't seen it already on YouTube, then maybe this video will be helpful to show you how to do it. I think this was found maybe 1 or 2 days ago, so it's still pretty fresh, so a lot of people probably still don't know about this who've been maybe out of the loop and stuff, but basically it involves having a few different triggers to activate a bug in firing range mode. So you have to go in firing range mode. You can't do this in a normal game because obviously they have to keep the balance in the game, because it would really break the balance completely if people were just running around in third person mode in a normal VR game. It'd kind of ruin the game, because you'll see that you have a huge advantage when you're in third person mode, not only to see more stuff but also to use things like the shotgun, because it's a lot easier to fire in third person. You obviously have a bigger field of view. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So first of all, we want to change legends. If you're a Pathfinder already, then that'll be helpful. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to jump over here. You have to be in this back corner of the map. So to give you a little bit of perspective where we are, this is where we are. Now we're behind the targets. That doesn't matter, you just have to go behind the targets. But yeah, we're at this point in the map, far at the back, and that's obviously where the staging area is with all the loot. So it's the far right we need to go to. You're going to need Pathfinder to zip line up here. You might be able to climb up, but I'm not sure, I don't think you can. And you need to go far right at the back. Now, like I said, I didn't find out about this. This was posted on Twitter. I can't remember who leaked it. I think it was a person of the Asian Apex community who leaked it. Can't 100% be clear about that, but I did get shown it by someone who I was playing with, so no credit goes to me. I thought this glitch was really cool. When we actually tried it in firing range when we were doing 1v1s, I thought this glitch was absolutely awesome, so I'd share it. So what you do is, first of all, you have to drop everything. I'm not sure if it's just weapons or armor, but it seemed to work when I dropped armor as well. So just drop everything out of your inventory. That goes for weapons and attachments. My level 100 peacekeeper's gone. Oh well. And then what you need to do is you need to get in this corner and you need to crouch and you need to look directly at the floor. Not just a little bit, 100% of the floor. And then when you've done that, you want to press escape and click change legend. And just change to any legend, and then it will make a click sound like you just heard. And now we're actually in third person mode. So this works as an on and off switch, so it kind of enables and disables it, so you can actually come back here and do the same again. The reason why you want to crouch right in the corner is when you perch underneath the rock, it won't make you stand up again, because if you crouch and then press escape, it'll press the Windows key for most people, like it does for me, and then it'll make your character stand up, so the glitch won't work. So you have to be under this little bit of rock and look directly at the floor. Change legend, let's select Pathfinder, and it makes the click sound again, and we go back in first person mode. So this is just pretty crazy. I'm just going to show you the actual perspective though, and it works. I think it works as many times as you do it. So now I'm back in third person. One thing to note though is not all the animations work. Like when you press Q on Octane, when he uses his little stim, it doesn't show him actually putting the stim in himself, he just gets faster. So a lot of the third person animations aren't there because obviously it's not designed to be played this way, but it's still actually pretty cool. So that's Octane. As you can see, I'm running around in third person. This is not fake. This is literally Apex. Like, what is Apex right now? And then I want to show you the shotguns, okay? So selecting weapons is kind of weird. Sometimes it picks the wrong weapon. And holding them is even more weird. Like, look at that dude. He holds it like to the side a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to get the shotgun. We'll just get like choke on it or something. Shotgun bolt, choke, digital threat. Scopes don't matter on this, okay? I'm going to talk about scopes in a minute, but they mostly don't matter on this mode. When you're playing in third person, scopes are pretty much useless just because of the viewing angle. So when we're using shotguns, you've got like a crazy advantage because, like, obviously, I mean, if we stand here, we can see over there, so we can see where the characters are coming. So obviously the field of view and the, I guess, the scope of where we can actually see is just crazy, which is a given because on third person games you always have an advantage. H1Z1, you could switch modes from third to first, and you'd always have the advantage obviously in third person because it's a primary third person game. So we can see more. Hitting with the shotguns is a lot easier. I don't know why that is. I guess because the screen's not cluttered so much from being in first person, and obviously we've got a wider angle of view. So shotguns are pretty crazy. Peacekeeper's pretty nuts as well because that has a pretty large viewing point. For some reason, now, I did say scopes don't matter. I guess I lied because yesterday, I'm pretty sure they've changed this. I'm not sure if it was like this yesterday. Yesterday when I used a scope, it didn't aim in, but for some reason with the digital threat, it actually takes us into first person mode, which is actually pretty crazy. So we can kind of just jump from first to third, which is actually kind of nice. That's kind of like a PUBG style where you can double click on your mouse and go in first person mode. So we can kind of switch like that. That's really awesome. Yeah, shotguns are pretty cool. Now, assault rifles, I'm not sure if we have an advantage with assault rifles, but I did kind of test it out and it was pretty fun to just kind of test the grounds with it. So we're going to grab the R301. Probably one of the most popular assault rifles just because it doesn't have much recoil, so I feel like it'll be a little easy to test. When we right click though on normal scopes, now you saw the digital threats let us zoom in entirely for some reason. I don't know why that is, but when we zoom in with a normal red dot, it doesn't really zoom in much at all. So you have to obviously use your crosshair to aim with. You can't zoom in through a scope. But you can see that we can literally still beam people. I mean, I am using most of the higher end attachments. I'll even put a gold barrel stabilizer on that. I'm using most of the high end attachments, but you'll see just how crazy OP it is in third person. Like, if you had third person in a ranked game like this, you could literally just beam people. I feel like at long range it would be really terrible though, because obviously it's like the crosshair's still pretty big and it's kind of hard to tell. But I feel like at mid-range and close range, being in third person in a proper game, like a normal game, would just be an insane advantage. Because in first person, it seems like you almost have to control the recoil pretty precisely. But when we're in third person, it feels like there's no recoil at all in third person. I don't know why. That might be a placebo effect. There probably is. It's exactly the same game. Nothing's changed. And obviously I am using the top attachments. So, but in comparison to first to third, it just seems entirely just night and day. So this is the third person bug. You can trial it out just by using the exact same steps that I showed you. It is the same method. Like, it will work for you. They're not going to patch this. This is put in for, presumably, I'm guessing they put this in just for devs to mess around with, the actual developers. I don't really think they had the intention of us finding this. I mean, I guess it was recent because Fire and Range is new in Season 3. But I guess this is kind of like a developer thing. I don't really think they cared if the community found it, but I'm interested what they're going to do now that we have found it, because the last glitch, which I haven't made a video on, where the bots actually have better AI and they fight and shoot you, you had to go up here and you had to do a few different steps. You had to change your character, look at the floor in a specific place, drop all your weapons. It was the same kind of deal. But now that there's a second Easter egg that's been found, I'm really curious actually. What's making me really curious is, we're going to see a third Easter egg like this? Is there going to be a fourth or a fifth? Is there just tons of Easter eggs they've hidden that we have to find out about? I know that now a lot of people have actually seen this. There's going to be a few people who want to obviously get the credit for finding these Easter eggs. They're going to be running across the map, standing in literally every position and using these similar steps and seeing if there's another Easter egg they can actually find, which should be pretty cool. Obviously people are going to waste a whole bunch of time trying to find stuff, and they might not even find a third Easter egg, which is obviously the charm of it, but at least there's people out there who are going to be looking for these things, so people like me can obviously make a video on it, share it, and actually just test out really cool stuff. So I think like I said, a lot of the animations aren't there, like when you slide, when you use your Q ability, when you use your Z ability like I just showed you, it doesn't toss the actual jump pad like it should do. It just slides out of your arm like magic. So if they were to add like a third person mode, like a limited time mode or something, they would have to work on these animations because they're not exactly up to scratch right now. They don't look so good. But yeah, so that's the end of the video, guys. Just wanted to show you this awesome third person glitch in Apex Legends just so you guys can try it out and test it out. Let me know in the comment section below if it worked for you. If it doesn't work, let me know what you did, why, and I'll try and help you guys out. Because, like I said, this thing is not going to be patched anytime soon. Unless you watch this video like a season late, and maybe they might have like removed it. Obviously, we think it's not going to get patched, but Respawn are infamous. Sorry, Respawn, but it's true. Respawn are infamous for patching things just entirely too late. When we had the supply crate catapult glitch where you could fly across the map, that literally took like 2 or 3 months for them to patch. I mean, it wasn't really game breaking, it didn't give you much of an advantage in terms of damage, but it took them ages to patch that thing. So if they do actually genuinely want to patch this thing, it's probably going to take them months. But use this while you can, just in case. Mess around with it, have some fun with friends, and just go in a firing range. Maybe do a 1v1 in third person. That's what we were doing yesterday, because that is a whole bunch of fun. And yeah, just mess around with this thing, show it to your friends. I would say don't abuse this glitch, but like I said, there's no real way you can abuse it, because you can only use this in firing range and use it with your friends. There's no way you can abuse this thing. So have fun. Use the glitch, let me know if you used it or if you're having troubles with actually getting it to work in the comment section below. If this video was useful or you liked the video, smash the like button, make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and click on the bell for notifications so you don't miss daily videos. I do a lot of Apex videos right now, mainly montages, but if I do find any more news or Easter eggs, I will obviously do videos on them. But if you want to see some cool gaming videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.